The next morning...
Phew! I'm pretty thoroughly lost now. Having such terrible sense of direction is indeed a burden. Yes, undeniably, but... I'm quite sure that must be Serene Village over that-a-way. I guess I'm here at last. My. I wonder what will come of it. Ooh, it's a chilling prospect. Well, I guess there's no time like the present.
Today we begin Chapter 6. A Junior Expedition Society member is born. Hello there, Purple Banditos! Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we continued the Super Mystery Dungeon exploring. Pretty much, that's what you do in this game. You explore dungeons, and that's what we've been doing. Now, if you guys remember, we also obtained the scarf last time, so now we have one that matches Sully's scarf, and we're kind of a little bit of a team now, which is really, really cool. In today's adventure, we're going to try to make our way into the next dungeon, and hope that we can take care of it. Rodri, good morning!
Perfect timing. Come on, let's walk together.
Hey, good morning, Sully. How are you doing, dude? It's nice that we finally fixed things up with Sully. I think that's going to make this adventure a heck of a lot more fun. Now, I know there's actually a lot that we need to cover today, so I'm going to try my best to get through it as fast as possible. It looks like this Ampharos is over here stirring up trouble, by the way, so I'm not really sure what the heck is going on.
I've got the world's sense of direction, especially in new places, and so I just wander about, bumping from place to place. Do you children live in this village? Yeah, I'm Sully. And this is Rodri. Indeed, how precious you both are. But silly me, I've not yet introduced myself. I am Ampharos, known far and wide as the Dashing Wanderer. I hope you'll take care to remember me. And now I'm off again.
Huh? He dropped something. I wonder what this is. It looks like some kind of crystal ball. Huh? He's already out of sight? I guess he wandered off without even noticing. I'd sure like to return it to him, but we gotta get to school. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait until classes end. Then we can go search for Ampharos. So with that, guys, it looks like we do have a mission set for today. It will hopefully be going and finding that Ampharos. For some reason, it seems like every time we have a mission, it consists of going and finding a Pokemon. Who would have thought? We are the Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon Exploring Team, and we actually have to go around and find Pokemon that are lost or astray or anything of that sort. As I was saying, I hope you guys are enjoying your week. Make sure you guys give this video a like. It really helps the series, and I really appreciate it. You know, I woke up today, and I was honestly really, really tired. I woke up and I was just having one of those days where you just kind of want to stay in bed and relax and not do a whole lot. I feel like it's this winter weather that's really doing that to me. As I mentioned to you guys, I recently moved to Chicago, and I used to live in more tropical places, such as Florida or El Salvador, so I'm really used to that weather. So the fact that I moved here, I feel like everything has been sort of changing. I feel like the days are darker here. I usually wake up and only see like 2-3 hours of sunlight, because I wake up really late in the afternoon, if you guys don't know. So it's just kind of strange getting used to that. I eventually have to start waking myself up really, really early to fix this sleep schedule that I have going right now, because right now it seems like I'm staying up super late, and then I'll wake up even later in the day just because it is so dark and like snowy out or cloudy out. The weather doesn't help at all. I don't know if that's just something that kind of happens to me, or if that's something that happens to others too. I've been taking a minute to really think about that. So, you know, hopefully I can start getting up a little bit earlier than usual and start seeing a little more daylight in my day. So as you guys can see, we're actually a little bit late to school here, which means that we could sneak in, or we could talk to the professor, or we could run away. So I'm actually going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to go out there and take your lumps, whatever that means. I think we go out there and just be like, hey, sorry, we're late. It's not a big deal. And, you know, Sully doesn't really agree with that. Sully's the type of guy to actually run out of here and not have to worry about this before anybody else has to. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to run away. I'm going to hide and just hope that things work out for the best. So it looks like Esper is actually talking to us through telepathy.
I just wanted you to know I admire you.
Something is going on here exactly. I'm actually not too sure, but it looks like Esper is really giving this Watchog a little bit of, I don't know, kind of flattering the Watchog in order to distract it, and I think that's gonna help us, because now's our chance to actually sneak in. I'm starting to wonder too, when are we gonna get past the point where we are actually doing this whole school thing? I think it'd be really cool if they opened up something else where we didn't have to go to school every day and we could just go right into the dungeons. I'm hoping that will eventually happen as we get deeper and deeper into the game, as I think that would be really, really cool. It seems like every morning we start off here in the school and then we end up finding some sort of project or mystery dungeon or a random stranger to go and follow up. And I feel that's what's been happening here, but it looks like Principal Semaphore is coming down. Poliwrathri, Mr. Zelia came by this morning to tell me thank you. Ah, well, no problem. You know what? You're very welcome. We're glad we could help out the Badoo. I think it's nice that we actually have the chance to help out other Pokemon. And no, don't worry about it, guys. It's just kind of something we did. You don't have to cheer us on. Thanks so much. I guess we do deserve just a tiny little bit of recognition for that, as we did work quite hard, actually, to go ahead and get those Pokemon. So it looks like everybody's really, really proud of us, and that's great. It's kind of nice to see people treating us, you know, in a nice way, compared to them just kind of shoving us into going into kind of worrying / troublesome adventures. Of course, Mr. Principal. With that though, guys, it seems like our school day has finished up here then, and we are continuing on. And after school that day, ding dong ding 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 dong 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 dong. Alright, school's out. Let's go back to the plaza. We've got to find Ampharos and give him back that crystal ball. Alright guys, so I have control again. We are back here in the school, but I'm actually going to make my way back to the plaza because that is where our adventure is going to lead us today. Oh, I know, Rodri. I'm pretty sure I've seen an item like this for sale at Kecleon's shop. Go should ask. Whatever that means, we should ask. So with that, let's go ahead and talk to Kecleon then and see if he knows anything more about the Ampharos. The funny thing is that the Ampharos just left. We could have easily just skipped school, followed him, and probably had all of this resolved. Now, I'm not that type of person to tell you to skip school, especially here in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, but if you ever get the chance in this game to either go to school or go and explore a dungeon, I highly suggest that you take the dungeon. With that, guys, it looks like Kecleon has figured out something about the Ampharos. The Ampharos seems to be a little bit of a bigger deal than I thought. This guy seems to have a little bit of a mysterious side, but maybe there's something more to it. I passed him by a little while ago. Alright, so with that, guys, we can actually chase after the Ampharos then, and I guess it hasn't been too long. Let's go ahead and make our way. Oh, who's this? Ah, Pops! Oh, if it isn't Sully, what are you doing out here, child? We're looking for someone. Hey, Pops, have you seen a tall yellow Ampharos? A staggering yellow. Well, now you mentioned it, there was something a bit like that. I passed by him on my way. Okay, so with that, we are definitely headed in the right direction, and it looks like he is headed towards Poliwrath River. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds just a tiny bit scary. Poliwrath River. That doesn't sound like the type of place that I want to be at, and whenever they start naming them after Pokemon, something I've realized is that you're probably going to have a boss to go up against, and that's what worries me just a tiny bit. But with that, guys, we do have to give Ampharos the ball back, so let's make our way to the Poliwrath River, and it is time for us to begin here. Poliwrath River B1F, and finally, we get to explore another dungeon. You know what? I've felt pretty good about exploring dungeons. I think I've definitely gotten a little bit better, and I'm slowly but surely learning more about this game. I think by the time we make our way to our next dungeon, I should hopefully have learned quite a bit, and it'll be much easier for us. As I was saying, I hope a lot of you guys that are playing through this game are enjoying it as much as I am. It's actually pretty fun. It is a bit different, but I do like it so far. I really enjoy the fact that I can explore around and do all these crazy things and learn little by little about this game. I actually like that a lot about adventures that are just, you know, different. Adventures that aren't the usual Pokemon adventure or, you know, whatever you normally play. It's kind of nice to go into a game that not many people experience and not many people have seen. So I'm kind of glad that I'm actually getting the chance to explore that with you guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying your week. As I was telling you, I'm still getting a little bit used to the snow, you know, getting used to this weather. So I feel like I'm having a little bit of a harder time, but hopefully I'll be able to pick it up here very soon and, you know, start getting used to it. It's kind of been a little bit of a long winter, I must say. You know, I'm used to, like, El Salvador, where it's tropical all the time. And now I'm here in Chicago, and it's like snowing every 2 days, every other 2 days. Then the other 2 days, it'll be a little bit rainy. And it's so strange getting accustomed to this weather, considering how often it changes. I'll wake up one day, look out my window, and be like, wait, it's snowing right now? Wasn't it just clear a day or two ago? And it's so confusing, but I really, really enjoy it. I think it's good to mix things up once in a while, and that's pretty much what I've been doing, and I really, really like that fact. You know, as I mentioned to you guys, I live with like Sully and Mo and Zelda Master, and you know, we all have to take a little bit of getting used to. Today, I was just sitting here, I kind of like was just starting my day, just kind of like checking things on, and I started listening around the house and just walking around the house, like getting a water bottle or something, and I saw that everybody was at one point like recording or doing their own thing, and it was so strange how quiet the house actually was, considering this house is actually so big. It's a really, really big house, and for once, it was just really quiet, because, you know, the past couple weeks, we've had Thanksgiving, and I feel like we just recently moved here, and we've had a lot going on. You know, moving into a new house from 3 different places, because we each had a different place, takes quite a bit of time. But I must say that, you know, now that we finally start settling back into things, it's really nice, because the past couple weeks, we've actually had people who have been visiting, you know, whoever it is, friends, family. We've just had a lot of people visiting, and I feel like each of us haven't really had our own time where we can just like sit back and just enjoy our time alone, or just, you know, do our own thing. So it's kind of nice to see that again now that we're back into a little bit of routine, now that Thanksgiving is done and over with. Hope you guys had a really good Thanksgiving. I actually had a really nice one. Got to eat a lot of food. I've probably put on too much weight this holiday to the point where I should probably start losing it again. It's just so much delicious food comes at this time. If you really think about it, you have like Halloween, you have Thanksgiving, you have, you know, Christmas, whatever it is, and it's always a lot of delicious food. How are you not supposed to gain weight here during these holidays? It honestly doesn't make sense to me. You know, there is so much delicious food, and it's just this temptation just sitting there on a plate, or, you know, just sitting there on the table. How are you not supposed to actually eat that? It doesn't make sense to me how you're not supposed to eat all these delicious delicacies and all these tasty foods and, you know, be good and stay good. It's kind of crazy to think about it, but it's also funny at the same time, because I know that there's people out there who can actually do it. Maybe it's just me who can't really hold back from doing it. But regardless, I hope you guys ate a lot of tasty food. You know, got a lot of good stuff in you. Ate some turkey, ate whatever it is, some pumpkin pie. I gotta say, I really love me some pumpkin pie. Maybe I'm a little bit hungry right now. Maybe that's what it is. But who knows? Also, let's continue on here in this adventure. I actually haven't been looking too much into this because I've just been going off on my random rants. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy me talking about all the random things, because I think that makes that quite a little bit of fun. But with that, let's keep on looking inside of this dungeon then. I'm hoping I'm headed the right way. This looks like the right direction. Also, another thing that I've actually learned, I know, because I'm getting so good at these mystery dungeons, is actually go through it, explore it, and pick up everything that you can. That is something that you guys really, really need to do. You know what? I know that I'm kind of the type of person to run through a dungeon and to get through it as fast as possible, but I really highly suggest that with these dungeons, you take your time, you explore it as carefully as you can, and try to get everything, you know, that's spread around here, because all the items that are actually laying around here are items that will actually help you as you go further and further on into this game, which is actually a little bit crazy to think about. But if you have a boss at the end of the dungeon, let's say you have a really, really difficult boss and you don't know how hard he's gonna be, or maybe you've lost to him a few times, a big tip for you guys is to pick up as many of the items as you can around the dungeon, because that's really, really gonna help. Thanks to all of you who actually left me comments telling me to do that. I really, really appreciate it. It means a whole lot to me. Also, I am preparing a lot more stuff for the channel, for those of you wondering. I know that I've been kind of saying that I'm working on a lot of things, but I actually am working on a lot right now. I feel like I have a lot on my plate because there's so many projects coming to my channel and a huge announcement that's going to be coming up very, very soon. So you guys just be ready for that. For those of you guys who are very loyal and who always keep up with what I have going on, just be prepared because there's a lot of amazing things here coming this month in December, and I can't wait to show you guys. We also went ahead and leveled up, which is really, really cool. It looks like we can actually forget forget a move, I'm gonna go ahead and actually forget Foresight and teach our Pokemon Feint. I think that'll be good for Sully to have. I think that'll definitely help us out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Foresight, and we learn Feint. Let's continue on. Also, another thing you want to do is make sure that you're also helping your partner Pokemon. So make sure that you're also powering him up and giving him moves and, you know, giving him things to eat and all that sorts of stuff, because it really, really does help to keep your partner on a good health level. It's not all about yourself in this game. And who would have thought? I guess I'm learning little by little. I know I'm still not perfect at this game, but hopefully I'll be able to make my way through more dungeons, you know, sooner and faster as I learn more and more. Let me go ahead and, I don't know, I'm just throwing random things in the weather looplet. I think the looplet is one of those things that throws me off just a little bit, because I'm not too sure what I should teach our Pokemon or what I should be doing. But regardless, let's keep on exploring through here then. I'm actually just trying to make my way to about our halfway point in today's adventure, because I think that would be really good. And I think we're actually getting very close to it. We're in B3F. There's usually a halfway point around B5F in this adventure, and that's what I've noticed. Let's go ahead and keep going on though. Where the fudge is this exit? Sometimes you just get a little lost in this game and you don't know where the heck you're gonna go. Have you ever thought about that? How Mystery Dungeon is just a little bit like life? I don't know if they meant to do that, but the fact that you have to go through all these challenges and go deeper and deeper into a dungeon and defeat all these little enemies along the way and defeat bosses is kind of what life is. You really do go to school and then have to face challenges afterwards and, you know, defeat certain bosses in life. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. We all have those bosses, you know, regardless of what they are. It could be something that you're going through. It could be a person. It's kind of crazy to think about that life is just a little bit like Mystery Dungeon. Let me go ahead and actually knock this guy down then. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here, but I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what this yellow thing is that is above me. I guess I'll have to figure that out, because it looks like we're actually dying from this. This kind of sucks. I am not too sure what to do here. What am I doing wrong? I'm probably having a totally blonde moment right now, and I have no idea what's going on. I went ahead and fainted, though. Maybe I need to make my way to an X or something? What is going on? What am I doing wrong right now? I'm actually not too sure what the heck it is I'm doing wrong. I stepped on this pad. That isn't doing a whole lot. What the fudge is this? I'm actually not too sure, guys, what the heck we're doing wrong here. Oh my goodness, I'm so dumb. I was hungry the whole time. My belly is hungry. I legit just had a super blonde moment. That was my bad. I really should have figured that out. I can't believe I totally just blanked out there. See, this is what I mean by you really have to focus sometimes in this game to make sure you make your way through it, because sometimes it gets a little bit difficult. But I'm going to go ahead and eat this orange berry anyways and see if I can make our way out of this dungeon before we get into more trouble. Of course, it would be a Luxio here in this dungeon, by the way. The one Pokemon who can probably hit a 66 on me and just absolutely knock me out. There you go. This guy just hit a freaking 40 on me. What the fudge? I'm literally going to die to this guy. This is kind of ridiculous that I'm dying this much to this guy, but with that, it went down, and let me go ahead and keep exploring. We should be really close. There we are. There are the stairs, so let me go ahead and actually step on the stairs, and let's get out of here. I'm trying to make my way to the halfway. It would be nice if for once they just put the stairs right where I was. Think about that. How much nicer would this game be if all of a sudden they're just like, hey, here we go. We're just gonna put the stairs here. But I don't know. I guess that would be a little bit too easy. I think people would probably get a little bit mad if you didn't, you know, if you were able to actually skip games like that, skip through dungeons like they're cake. I guess this game is about exploring the dungeons after all, so this is pretty much what we have to do. Let me go ahead and actually knock this little Joltik out, though. This thing's been kind of annoying me. Let's go and knock this thing out. I don't know what it is about a Joltik. I know I've used one on my team before, so it's just kind of strange to see them in dungeons, but let's continue onwards then. We're actually very, very close to the halfway point, so I think I'm going to reach that very soon. I've actually enjoyed this dungeon so far because we have been exploring it around and kind of picking things up, and that's how it has to be if you want to progress in this game. What the fudge am I doing? There we go. At least somebody knocked out the Drowsy. Where in the fudge are these stairs? I kind of just want to get to them already, and I have like such a nice singing voice. You know, I feel like I could definitely go on like American Idol or something of that sort, and by that, I am absolutely kidding. I do not think that could happen. happen, I would probably get thrown off that show very quickly. So let's just keep exploring around here. And with that, guys, I think we're looking quite good to get the fudge out of here. The stairs are like 2 steps away. Just let me get there, please. I am so very close. I am 1 step away. With that, we would like to go on. We have made it to B5F, and we are very close to the halfway point in these adventures, I like to say, in this adventure. So let's keep on going. It feels like Sully is always caught up fighting. Have you guys noticed this? This guy is always fighting and always getting himself into trouble, and it's not like I can immediately warp back. It's like we have to let him do his thing and then revive him. It's kind of a little bit annoying having a partner that doesn't follow you all the time, but I guess that's really how life is. If this guy was real, he wouldn't listen to us. He would kind of do his own thing and then hope to catch up to us later. So I guess technically he is kind of doing the right thing, even though I'm going to have to come up and clean this up here and help him out so he doesn't faint, just so I can continue onwards in this dungeon and make my way to the halfway point. Let's go ahead and actually knock out this Joltik, though. He's getting just a tad bit annoying, so let me go ahead. Come on, let's actually get a move here. Wow, he's actually really, really strong, and I'm kind of surprised he's not going down that quickly. Come on, how about we hit something a little bit higher than a 5? With that, though, he is down. Let me go ahead and continue on. Hopefully, I can get our way out of here very, very soon. We got ourselves a little something. I don't know. I'm just going to set it in the looplet. That seems to be working for us. Let me go down here. I think we're very, very close to where we need to be. And there we have it, guys. Let me just pick up a couple more items. But it looks like we are very, very close to the door, which is fantastic for me, if I must say so. I wish I could dodge these enemies. How cool would that be? Oh, wait. I might be able to actually dodge them and just make a run for the door. You know what? I'm sorry, Sully. You're gonna chill here, but I'm gonna make a run for the door as I'm just trying to get to the halfway point. Now, for those of you guys, I highly suggest that you pick up everything, but I'm just doing it because I really, really want to get to, I guess what you could say is a little bit of a checkpoint. Also, make sure you guys buy some progress devices, because without them, it kind of sucks. You can't save, and if you end up dying, it's just way too difficult to make your way back into this dungeon, and I know how tough that can be, so just make sure you're, thinking about that. And just prepare for everything to come, because the bosses and everything that's coming up is just going to keep getting harder and harder. So just try to make your way through that. I'm actually using a stay away wand right now, so these guys just keep away from us. And with that, guys, we have made it to the stairs. So we're going to go ahead and make our way to the halfway point now. Make sure you guys give this video a like. Leave me some comments on what's coming up. It's much appreciated. Next time, we will continue from this point and make our way to the next point in this adventure. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye, guys. Hopefully we make our way through this dungeon then.